Here we are, folks, nearly halfway through 2025. It's hard to believe that many of us are still even alive. But on the movie front, it has certainly been on quite the goddamn pendulum from horrible to really, really goddamn good. And if you break it down and get into the minutia of the genres and the subgenres and the dom genres, well, horror is certainly my favorite genre. And then there are certain subgenres and dom genres that I don't necessarily enjoy at least everything from. But I'm here to talk about the positives, because there have been some really, really good horror movies this year, some that really surprised me, so let's get to it. I'm John Redland with the 10 best horror movies of 2025 list so far, with some honorable mentions. So, let me know your honorable mentions. Let me know your favorite horror movies in the comments, please. So, here is the one lone honorable mention. Drop. Yes, a Blumhouse movie makes it into the honorable mentions. I know. I'm fucking surprised, too. In all seriousness, Drop was really goddamn good. Actually, superbly surprising. Very well performed. Sure, third act's a little messy. It did go a little bit off the rails on a crazy train, but I saw this with an engaged audience, and it was a lot of fun. Plus, the lead, really, really good. And just the pacing overall, it was just really, really nicely done. Nice to see Blumhouse actually try with a fucking film. So anyway, let's get to the top 10. So, Dangerous Animals. Boy, oh boy, you never want to go on a goddamn shark expedition in goddamn Australia. Evidently, based on this, because the whole Australians hate tourists thing is not really going to be debunked here with a film like this. I did not expect much based on the trailer, but it's a IFC Film Shudder original. They got a limited theatrical release. I was actually able to see this as part of a mystery movie, offering, and it was actually a whole lot of fun. Plus the lead blonde. Oh my goodness, fucking beautiful. Plus, great villain. Simple story, but it paid off with some nice build and everything. I enjoyed Dangerous Animals, even if, again, there are some issues with it. It has nice, tight pacing, it is well written, it is well performed, and earns its whole thing, almost following a wrestling story front where the babyface gets knocked down, and then gets a little flurried, and gets knocked down again, and everything, and then may triumph in the end, or may not. You will have to see Dangerous Animals. So, I do also want to say, by the way, before I go further into this list, that all of these movies were covered in full on the Real Honest Movie Reviews playlist, as well as covered on Letterboxd. So, let's get to number 9, Freelance. Well, this is fucked up. Adding some really, really dark and dank and, quite frankly, violent, illegal shit, and actually making it good. I'm not necessarily certain if you broke down this movie that would make a whole lot of sense, given, where the story arc went of a video editor getting caught in the seedy underbelly of video editing just for the simple, monetary gain. But it ends up being so good, it ends up being very haunting and well-paced. And even if there are a couple pacing issues, it's a little bit too long. I think about 15 minutes could have been cut off. It ends up being very, very fun. Freelance is worth checking out. So we get to number 8, Clown in a Cornfield. Yeah, it was fun. Really fun. We're all going to be headless teenagers without heads was one of the lines. Yeah, all right. It tried to kind of have it both ways and tried to be a little bit, maybe, I don't want to say too serious, but maybe more serious than it needed to be in the third act. And I think that it, lost a little bit of steam, but the kills are really good. I really had a lot of fun with this. I got some flack for saying that this was really, really entertaining. No, it's not a good movie. It's an entertaining movie. And deserves the praise that it's gotten. I believe this is another one that's going to be on Shudder at some point. So there you are. Now, we go to number 7. Freya Waka, Freya Waka. Oh my god, oh my god. Irish folklore is going to have some dread. No, it doesn't rhyme. Who cares? Freya Waka is a very slow build. Very. In the theme of Midsummer with some hereditary elements, and have your captions on, unless you can understand accents like this, because they're very thick. Nevertheless, I'm just going to move on from that. I could have made an obvious joke, but Freya Waka is a nice slow burn. I believe it's on Shudder still. That's where I saw it originally, and it ends up being quite good. Even if it kind of rushes. It builds so much and so slowly that when it pays off, you're like, well, that's it? I mean, not like that's it, like disappointingly, like, wow, that was really kind of rushed, but it was so well filmed. Great cinematography, great lead performance, very good. So there you are. Now we go to number 6, Ash. This just recently dropped on Shudder, and Isa Gonzalez, or Isa Gonzalez, however you say it, that gorgeous goddess of a woman, good grief. She's an astronaut that basically finds her crew dead. She's stranded on a weird planet, and there's an alien parasite. I actually drove all the way up to fucking Bellingham to watch a special screening of this. And Bellingham, for those that are Washingtonians, you will know how far Bellingham is up north. For me, I drove about 55 miles, because it was either this or drive down to South Seattle in way heavier traffic at the time and deal with that. So I decided, I like the Bellingham Theater. Yeah, I've been there multiple times because I'll drive just about anywhere for a fucking movie. But this had a great color scheme. It sort of reminded me of Life, except I actually enjoyed this because it didn't suck like Life. Sucked the life out of me, har har. And the lead actress, once again, Miss Gonzalez, you goddess, you fucking goddess. I really enjoyed this movie. And the Flying Lotus, did a really good job pacing this. And sure, the twist was obvious, very fucking obvious. But it was earned. By then, you're invested. You won't get a chance to see this in theaters, but if you have a nice home theater system, you will enjoy the sound, you will enjoy the color palette, and the fact that it's really just a lot of fun. Now we get to number 5, Hard Eyes. Devon Sawa, as well as just Devon Sawa just being Devon Sawa and having fun. I'm really glad to see him doing well. It's a great follow on social media, by the way. And you have Jordana Brewster, a couple nice leads. The fact that it takes place in Seattle. We always tend to get the ones about killers. Granted, Seattle is kind of a crime-filled city, but nevertheless, Hard Eyes is a lot of fun, in the vein of Scream, in the vein of a lot of darkly comic slasher movies. Turning the tropes on their heads, even if the twist was instantly revealed well before they, actually it was telegraphed way before they end up showing it, it just ends up being very, very nicely paced. Some great kills, especially in the beginning. I like this. I had a lot of fun with Hard Eyes. Probably going to get a sequel. Maybe. I hope, because I liked Hard Eyes. Mason Gooding was very good in this as well. Just some nice stuff. Nice stuff all around. So we get to number 4. Boy, the lengths that people will go to achieve beauty standards, especially back in the medieval or the Victorian days. The Ugly Stepsister, which is also on Shudder. A lot of love for Shudder on this goddamn thing. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 5 movies that are either on Shudder or are going to be on Shudder within the next couple weeks. The Ugly Stepsister just really it's basically about one of the stepsisters going to great lengths, putting her body through hell. Yes, Cinderella spin, that kind of stuff, where she is trying to earn the love of a prince. And boy, there were some really, really, I can't say what I want to say because they'd be spoilers, and that's what that full review is for. But there were some body horror elements in this that would have put me off my lunch, and I drove pretty far to see this. Really far to see this, actually. Because they canceled one showing, and then I drove back, and then they had another showing later. So I ended up actually doing roughly an 80-mile round trip, if not 90 miles, to watch this fucking movie, driving there and back, and then there and back again. But The Ugly Stepsister was worth it. I think there was like 10 people in the fucking audience, but people were going, oh! And yeah, even at night, pretty horrifying. But good performances, especially by the lead actress. Make sure that you have that you pay attention to subtitles, though, because I believe it's Norwegian. So we get to number 3. We gonna kill every last one of you. Yeah, Sinners is a horror movie. Fuck you if you think not. Because horror doesn't instantly mean monsters. Horror doesn't mean a killer with a mask. Horror can be the threat of horror all around us. Sinners almost tried to be, I think, too busy at times in his second act. But it was so well built. The ties into music from the past to the future, that kind of stuff. Haley Steinfeld, I get it. Steinfeld, I get it. I get it with Haley. My God, she could fit in the 1930s as far as her looks. Good grief. Michael B. Jordan playing dueling roles. The name escapes me right now, but the one that played the artist, the main artist who's actually, that was his story. Put him in more fucking movies. I mean it. Put him in more fucking movies. He was really fucking good, but Ryan Coogler did a great job with this. I didn't get a chance to see it in IMAX, unfortunately, but I did see it in a very nice, lavish theater. And I fucking love Sinners. I had a lot of fun with this. This is an incredible movie. It's not just one of the best horror movies of the year, it's one of the best films of the year, or maybe not. But that being said, as far as a horror movie, there are two that rank above it, but that's not to take away from Sinners being fucking incredible. Now we go to number 2. Can't live without you. We can't live anymore. I intend to enjoy my time left on this earth, and I encourage you all to do the same. Life is fleeting. Remember that. Good luck. Did I ruin that Tony Todd monologue? Probably. His Final Destination Bloodlines. Yeah, if you told me the Final Destination Bloodlines based on the advertising campaign would have been anywhere near this list or this high up on the list, I would have laughed in your fucking face. Let me tell you, my God, this is incredible. That opening sequence destroys the second one, and I love the freeway scene in the second one. The best opening sequence of the goddamn franchise. Expertly paced. The only thing is I really didn't care about a lot of the characters, but it was darkly comedic. It had a nice fitting end for Tony Todd's character, which, by the way, this isn't necessarily a spoiler. The guy unfortunately passed away. So this is a nice way for him to wrap up the Bloodworth timeline. But Final Destination Bloodlines is exactly how you do a proper legacy sequel, continuing the story, honoring the originals and stuff like that, and ignoring the fourth and even to an extent the fifth one, because the fifth one I don't feel earned its twist. That being said, I feel they'll make a seventh one, unless they have everybody back on board as far as a writer-director standpoint, and they let them have some, they just let them go full blast. I don't necessarily know if it's a good idea, but money talks. So that being said, Final Destination Bloodlines is number 2. And number 1, Bring Her Back. Boy, I'm never going to want to sit in the kitchen near a counter again, near any cutlery. And I'll want to look at the counter and see what the fuck's going on and why there's a bite taken out of it. And oh boy, Sally Hawkins is great in this. The Philippou brothers really know how to fuck shit up. Is it as good as Talk to Me? Your mileage may vary on that. I personally enjoy Bring Her Back so goddamn much. Right now, it's number 1. Now, who knows where it's going to be by the end of the year. I'm actually going to keep these lists just to make sure that how I felt compared to earlier in the year when I do these at the end of December. Provided, of course, that the world hasn't ended by that point. But before the world ends, Bring Her Back is just a fucking damn ride from beginning to end. It don't pull no punches. It's like Talk to Me in the sense that it is a bit mean-spirited, but in a darkly comedic way. I watched this as a Regal Mystery Movie horror edition. I actually got to see it about 2 weeks before it came out. And my word, it was great. There was an engaged audience. There were people that left, including this poor old couple that I don't think was prepared for what it was. But yeah. And great performances, great all that. I'm going to stop talking about this, and I'm going to basically maybe watch Talk to Me again. So, let me know your favorite movies, your best horror movies so far of the year in the comments, please. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter, Letterboxd, Blue Sky handles in the description. I'm John Ritland. Until we meet again, happy trails to you.